Hi guys and welcome back! So in today's video I will share with you top 5 of my favorite perfumes from one of my most favorite indie perfume houses called Imaginary Authors. I discovered this house for myself right in the beginning of my addiction to artistic perfumery. The concept of Imaginary Authors seemed so interesting to me, and that's why I would like to tell you about it, and I will read their official description from their website. So, Imaginary Authors is born from the concept of scent as an art and art as a provocation. Like a good book, these scents are meant to inspire you. In these bottles are layered narratives that are sure to generate stirring conversation, fragrances that might be capable of changing the course of your own personal story. The hope is that they not only invigorate and intoxicate, but also take you to new places. Each Imaginary Author's fragrance follows a compelling storyline peppered with intriguing twists. These are scents to curl up with you, to share with friends, to take with you wherever you go, and return to again and again for a uniquely transcended experience. So that's basically, in short, the concept of this house, and I really adore the presentation of their perfumes because each fragrance comes in a box like this that looks like a book that you can literally put on your shelf, and all fragrances are inspired by different stories, and they are actually quite interesting because they weren't published, if I'm not wrong. So that's just super cool, and I want to inform you about my favorites just because maybe you have already heard great things about this house, which I'm sure a lot of you did, just because reviewers and perfume lovers in general gravitate towards this house because they offer something unique, something wearable, but at the same time so surprising, and you never know what to expect from them. And I really like that notes are pretty unusual too, that Josh Mayer, the nose behind this house, uses for his fragrances. I find that he's super talented and very creative, and I am very excited to share with you my top 5 favorites. So if you are excited about it and you would like to learn more and you enjoy these videos in which I share my favorites from my favorite brands, definitely like this video. And if you have already had a chance to try some of Imaginary Authors fragrances, please comment your favorites in the commentary section down below. I'm sure your feedback is going to be helpful for other people, so I'm excited to hear with you, and if you want to learn more about my favorites, then please keep on watching. Alright, I want to go from number 5 to number 1, and number 5, the fragrance that I was so curious about when I first learned about this brand is called The Soft Lawn, and this is actually the box that it comes in. So here you go, this is the way the fragrance looks. I really like the box once again, but the actual bottle is nice too. You have beautiful image, and on the back you have actually most prominent notes of the fragrance. And what do we have in here? Well, first of all, there is linden blossom, laurel and ivy leaves, vetiver, oak moss, fresh tennis balls, and clay cord. And the minute I read fresh tennis balls and clay cord mentioned as notes, obviously I knew that these are imaginary notes, but that makes so much sense because this is Imaginary Authors brand, so they really do something different, and I really wanted to try out this fragrance, and I was ready for something strange and weird. But even though this perfume is not like any other green fragrance I've ever tried, at the same time it's very wearable. By the way guys, I won't tell you the story behind each fragrance because I highly encourage you to go to their official website. The link is gonna be down below, and it just looks so pretty and beautiful, and I could literally spend my life on that website. You can read about each fragrance. They all look super cool. Read about the stories and just check out this brand. They also offer a sample set, so if you are intrigued by my favorites, or maybe you want to try everything, definitely do. Maybe my favorites will just help you and actually inspire you to try these out. But with that being said, you guys, let's talk about the Soft Lawn. And here's the story. This is a scent of a green park in which you play tennis. I'm very familiar with the scent of tennis balls and tennis court. I played table tennis, ping pong for many years, like in the team, not professionally, but like sort of. But at the same time, I like tennis. I don't play tennis, but I like to look at it, and I was at the court, so I know how it smells there. It smells rubbery, you know, it smells a bit synthetic, and I like the greenery in here, but it's like dusty and oak mossy too, but at the same time it's a fresh fragrance that I definitely associate with summertime and parks. You know, it's like you're playing tennis, you're wearing this sexy tennis sport clothes, and actually I find tennis players are super sexy. Like, I mean, come on, Bjorn and McEnroy, you know, like that movie about those tennis players. I loved it, and I just love sports, man. So anyway, imaginary authors recommend to wear this fragrance on the weekends or anytime you wish it were the weekend, and I agree. So if you love green perfumes, I think that the Soft Lawn is something that you should definitely try out. I also wanted to make clear that all imaginary authors fragrances are unisex, which I love, and they literally smell unisex. Like, there is nothing that would be orally masculine or orally feminine. They are pretty well balanced. Some of them lean towards feminine or masculine side. However, my favorites are completely unisex smelling, and all these are very long lasting because they are at eau de parfum concentration. So my fourth favorite is SUNDRUNK, which was I believe last year's release, and I love this design. Just look at it, it's so pretty, you guys. And notes in here are neroli, rhubarb, honeysuckle, rose water, orange zest, and first kiss. And when it's really hot, I mean like exhausting hot, and you can't breathe and you don't even want a perfume, or even if you want a fragrance, you want it to be fresh, refreshing, and just great. And if you love citrusy perfumes but you don't like sour elements of citrusy fragrances, you want it to be sweet but still citrusy, I would definitely recommend you this one, because you guys, it's so happy, it's so sunny, it's so refreshing. It literally smells like water infused with some grapefruit and really sweet oranges, but at the same time there is rose water in there and almost like a fruity syrup, and there are also rose petals floating in that water that you drink by the beach. I mean, like, this fragrance is so good. It's definitely zesty, but once again, it's not like sharp and unpleasant. It's sort of like a sweet citrusy perfume that once again is great for the summertime, and you could definitely wear it in the summer, or you could also wear it in the winter just to be reminded how great summer is. And once again, it's one of my favorites. I find that it is impossible not to like that perfume. It's one of the most likable and safe ones, because some of these are pretty strange, even though you might think that the Soft Lawn is crazy. However, this is one of my most complimented from imaginary authors. My next favorite is also Freshy, and I have it in a travel spray that I believe you can also get on the official website. Not sure, however I did, and it is Scent Julep. You guys, first of all, I find the design of a travel spray is very cool and like modern, and it looks so different from all the other travel sprays, and it's still in imaginary author's style. But this fragrance, you guys, is to die for. Like, my friend Tanya was obsessed with it. She was thinking about purchasing it, and it's just such a delicious minty sweet fragrance that smells of sugar too. Like there is something so forbidden about this perfume and something so addictive. Like if you want sort of like a fresh perfume, but you want it to be sweet, but you want it to be minty, and you want it to have it all and like make you happy, and doesn't matter what's going on in your life, you know that it's gonna be great, and you'll make it through, you know. And if you want a fragrance that will make you feel happy, like it doesn't matter what's happening right now, wearing this perfume you'll feel happy. And I just love that quality about this perfume. It's one of the most well done from imaginary authors. It has almost like a boozy feeling about it. I think that might come from note of bourbon. Other notes in there are sweet mint, tangerine, southern magnolia, griselva, and sugar cube. Okay guys, we are coming to my second favorite. Like it was my first one before my number one came out, and it was one of the first that I tried from imaginary authors. I still have it in a trial spray, but I need a full bottle of Memoirs of a Trespasser. Here you go guys, and this fragrance has so much uniqueness. Like there is absolutely nothing like it out there, you guys, because it is about vanilla, but not sweet, not cake like vanilla. It's not vanilla cookie, it's not a vanilla cake. It's actually a very powdery, dusty, very, very woody vanilla that's sort of sweet. Like you can tell there is vanilla in there, but at the same time there is so much wood that is not too dry, that is not too masculine, that is not too rough. It's just like so smooth. Like that's the best way I can describe you this perfume. And in here we have Madagascar vanilla, which is very, very high quality, Gaiac wood, myrrh, benzoin resin, amber seed, which I adore. Like they are natural replacement for musk. They are very pricey, but they do wonders to perfume, and oak barrels. And the thing is, to me, it smells like you brought vanilla snacks to a construction site. I know that sounds so strange, but you guys, there is something so dusty and woody about it, and something that's like, oh my god. Like literally, if you want to be pleasantly surprised by a perfume, you want to smell like something special, something that will make vanilla smell new. And you know, like there are plenty vanilla perfumes out there, but Memoirs of a Trespasser is something particular, and it's so unisex. Like you can wear it all year round. I have no problems wearing it in the summer when it's hot. However, I think there are some other beautiful options within this line that you can rock during the hot weather. This is though a fantastic perfume for fall and winter, and oh my god, you just need to try it. Like after watching this video, you need to try this one and all the other of my favorites. But if you don't know which one to go for, maybe you want to blind buy, maybe you just want to buy something, I think Memoirs of a Trespasser is just like one of the most interesting perfumes I've ever smelled, and it projects well, and people are drawn to it because, you know, it's vanilla and people love vanilla because it's a comforting note, it smells delicious, but this is new vanilla, you know, and people actually recognize that, and that's why they are excited about it. So yeah, definitely a favorite of mine. And as I've told you, it has been a favorite, like number one, for a long time until Oh Unknown came out. And this is my number one right now from imaginary authors. It has really cool story. Once again, definitely check out the official website for more information about these perfumes. But this fragrance is my everything, especially when it's rainy, when it's cloudy, when it's ugly outside. This fragrance is so dark, but at the same time aromatic. It's not a mysterious fragrance, but there is some mystery in there. I know that's a very confusing description, but guys, like if you smell this fragrance, you'll wanna get a full bottle, so please be careful. This is perfume about black tea and orris root, and those notes, you know, guys, you know that I love tea and I love powdery iris and orris root. Best orris root like one of the best for sure. And we have Kyoto moss in there, we have musk balsam, sandalwood, lapsang souchong tincture, which is smoky, black tea, which is so deep and delicious, and you know, black tea is amazing, and a secret note in there, unknown note. And this fragrance right now for this season, like, it's one of the boldest and most beautiful, luxury, unique, artistic perfume statements ever. I think that Oh Unknown should be awarded. This perfume is so cool, and I really like this color because it matches the scent. It smells like sort of a deep and elusive, beautifully purple color, and I could ramble about this perfume for hours, just because, you know, when the wind comes and that powdery but at the same time rooty and grounding and dusty orris fruit that is infused into dark tea, it's fantastic. It's literally delicious, not in a gourmand way, but yeah, I mean, like, that perfume will open up new horizons for you. Oh guys, I see this video is pretty long, but I hope you enjoyed watching it and you learned something helpful about one of my most favorite indie perfume houses. Their stories, their pricing, and their artisan approach is really worth it to be checked out. If you're in the States, you should definitely try out their fragrances, order samples, you won't be disappointed. I promise you. This is Tommelise approved, and if you have any experience with imaginary authors, please comment it down below, and I want every one of you comment below which of these top 5 of my favorites sounds most interesting to you, and maybe which one you wanna try. Please comment, I really want to know. I'm excited to hear from you. And that completes this video, which I hope you found helpful, entertaining and interesting, and if you did, please like it. Please also subscribe to my channel, ring that bell to be updated about my new videos. Follow me on Instagram because I do reviews and post beautiful pictures over there too, and request any video in the comments. And with that being said, you guys have an amazing day, and thank you so much for being here with me. Stay tuned, smell good you guys, and we'll see each other in my next one. Bye!